Okay, thank you everybody for coming to strategic priorities and intergovernmental cooperation. Uh, June 9th. Let's call the meeting to order. Any of the conflicts of interest? We see none. Approval of the agenda. Moved by Councillor Rivard, second by Councillor Tweel. Thank you. Approval of the minutes. Moved by Councillor Rivard, second by Councillor Tweel. Okay, let's get right into it. The election bylaw amendments.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair, excuse me.
Yes, Don.
The approval of the agenda, I should report from Doug Dumais, who's the community engagement assistant, and you want, you asked for this. It's information sharing that's at the back of your report, and I'd like to add that to the agenda if you wouldn't mind.
Yes, thank you, Donna, for reminding me of that. We just received that, yes. Okay. The report, you all received it, I believe. Bobby, I don't know if you got it or not, did you?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. They're doing a great job, youth retention. If you read through it quickly, the business mixture was fantastic. The event was very well attended. It reached 90% capacity, which was basically a total of 45 attendees. And they had 4 speakers, and they included a lot. And I don't see much more on that. But to get back to Councillor Tweel's question one time, I talked to the chair of it, and Doug talked to the chair also about, what's that called, Chantal? Oh, the terms of reference, sorry. And we explained how the terms of reference works for this committee, that we, for an example, affordable housing, the city is not responsible for that. We're responsible for the taxation. If the places are being built, that we give them a tax break. But as far as building and bricks and mortar, they understand all that now. So I just want to go back to Councillor Tweel on that, just to say that we did have a conversation and they understand that. So do we have any other questions on that?
No, I want to thank you, Chair Ramsey, for making that clarification, and our CAO. We certainly like you to be aware of some of the confusion over the last 4 or 5 years in terms of jurisdictional responsibility and accountability. And what we as a municipality are responsible for, the services that we provide, and in some cases there are partnerships, as you know. But I think we want to make it crystal clear as to what we, as a city government, are totally responsible for and what we're not. Because when there's confusion and the waters are muddied, the populace is confused, and we would really like to make that a priority, Donna. We really like to make that a priority, whether it's our youth engagement committee, all demographics, all stakeholders in our city, anyone that's involved in any which way, shape, or form when it comes to whether you're a profit or non-for-profit, whatever the case may be. I think it's important, and we really have some work to do there, and maybe that's where our communications people can come in and help us. But I think it's really important. I want to thank the chair for making that distinction. And once again, I'll reiterate, from a jurisdictional perspective, I think it's really imperative and essential that we make that clarification, that distinction, so that there is no confusion. Because when there's confusion, then people are confused about the jurisdictional responsibilities. And Don, I'll say it again, over the last 5 to 6 years, there's been a lot of confusion, and we have some work to do in that regards. Thank you, Chair Ramsey.
Yes, you're very welcome. Donna, just to sort of bring you up on that date is just that, excuse me, that with the affordable housing hits before years ago with the comments and all that, they thought that it was the city's role to do all this. So we were just trying to clarify the terms of reference and everything that with them, because there is a lot of residents out there saying, well, it's the city's responsibility. And I think you were here maybe at the time when the former mayor was here too, and like we're willing to give a tax break, but we're not going to be building buildings. It's a federal, provincial problem. So that was it there. Okay, and I noticed there in the last paragraph of the youth retention is that they're looking to do similar events in the future, and there's about 57% say they're very likely they would respond to it. So that's a good sign too, that they're out there working with the youth, and we're getting more information from them. And I think it's a fantastic job they're doing. So congratulations to them. Okay, let's go right into the election bylaw amendments. Donna, would you like to take that maybe?
Yes, Mr. Chair. We've received these amendments, these proposed amendments, and I believe that that there may be some questions arising from the amendments. And so I would suggest to you that we may want to meet with the chief electoral officer and maybe the whole council, so that not just a few, so that people can ask questions.
All right, Councilor Twill, you got a question?
Yes, I would like to reinforce that recommendation from our CAO. I would like to recommend, even before council meets with the chief electoral officer, Mr. Tim Garrity, that our CAO be mandated to meet with the chief electoral officer. Donna's got enough experience to know the challenges when it comes to residents in our city exercising their franchise, and we must do everything in our power to make sure that it's very accessible, that it's accessible particularly for our senior citizens, people with disabilities. That's very, very important that, you know, they get to vote from a traditional perspective in the venues that they live in, and without even going further into specifics, I would ask that our CAO meet when possible with the chief electoral officer to work out some of those challenges and some of those inequities, and I would even suggest some of those deficiencies. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Twill. Yeah, our CAO has been in contact, and this is why we like to sort of move it on for all of council.
But she's got more deliberate.
Yes, exactly. So she's finding out the information, and anybody who has any questions about anything, maybe they can get a hold of our CAO. She can ask those questions to Mr. Tim Garrity, and so she can have all the information in front of her.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah, it's fair, but I know there's more research to be
Yes.
done before it comes to council. I believe that she has a good grasp on all of those deficiencies and inequities and challenges, and we'll put in our hands of our CAO to continue on with those deliberations and discussions. I will move that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, moved by Councilor Trio, second by Councilor Rivera to move on. That we're going to have a special meeting sometime with the chief electoral officer, with all of council. Donna, I just have one question on the election, if you don't mind. Our election is paid for by the city of Charlottetown, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. I just didn't know if the province ran it or.
No, we contract with Elections PEI, and they run the election for us.
So they should almost sort of bend to our wishes on certain items, maybe?
We
since
will,
we're paying them, I guess?
yes,
I don't know, it's
as
just a
long as
pro-
it's within the legislation,
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Twill, you have another one?
No,
Okay.
I
No,
just
your
want to
mic is on,
reiterate
that's
that,
all.
our CIO meet
Yeah.
first with the chief electoral officer. I think a lot of those issues, I believe, can be ironed out
Right,
before it's brought to city council.
sure.
There's
Okay,
no sense bringing him in and then,
yes,
continue on with the same discussions. I think a lot of this can be
right.
hopefully ironed out.
Yeah, then we're all on the same page. Councilor Drawn, do you have any issues with that?
No, I don't. That's great, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna push that aside for our special meeting. Now we have one resolution. Is that the
No.
one, Donna?
No,
No.
you're removing that.
No,
from
we have the
agenda.
vote. Gotta have the vote.
Oh, yes, do we have a vote to move this on to a special meeting?
No, well, for the CAO to meet with the chief electoral officer, and then when that research is completed, then I think the CAO would make that determination whether she's ready to bring it forward to a special meeting of council.
Everyone in agreement? Bobby, or Councilor Drawn, I'm sorry.
Sure, yeah, no problem at all.
Councilor Rivard? And Councilor Field?
Yeah.
Okay. It's moved that the CEO is gonna get more information and she's gonna meet with the chief electoral officer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You need the vote.
You already voted.
Yeah, we did vote.
Do we do? Okay.
Yeah, everybody's in favor of it.
Okay, thank you, Chair.
Okay. Okay, do we have to rescind one, Chantel,
No, I think we'll wait. Mr. Chair,
until that happens?
until after the second, yeah.
Okay, excellent. And that's under the resolution municipal election, correct? Okay. Any new business? Councilor Drong, do you have anything on the agenda?
No, I'm great.
Okay. That was short and sweet. Okay, I need a motion to adjourn. Moved by Councilor Rivard, second by Councilor Creel, and I thank everybody. Thank you, Councilor Drong.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Thank you.